like if there's an error, if it isn't able to switch over, has anybody heard what their backup plan is or what's going to happen? Because if something were to go wrong, I would think that could have a major impact on the prices of Ethereum and a lot of other apps and stuff that are connected to it.
Does anybody want to comment on it?
I was kind of thinking that might be something that could cause a big crash. I thought about that a long time ago and was thinking that might be what causes part of the crash. And it's around the times, too, that we're expecting it.
And this is Test, right? Who's talking?
Correct.
Test, we did Ethereum. We do have a map on Ethereum, and we actually talked about it yesterday. I'm trying to pull up my map from yesterday about it. And one of the things about the Ethereum that I know of is that we have a prophetic word that somehow Ethereum's going to be hitting 13 cents sometime in the future. I believe it's going to be in a combination of during the hack, but there's also got to be some major natural weakness or some kind of big event that can make it do such a thing, right? Well, currently, just because in our last maps, I do see further downside in the future, especially when we hit one of these lines, either by phasing through or having a quick pump during the some kind of bouncing on building structure on 1451. If we are able to hit up these numbers up here and round at these levels, I do suspect further downside, but nothing that would suggest 13 cents. So there's got to be something bigger at play that can really bring it down to 13 cents, if that would be happening. And I almost wondering if maybe something will go wrong. Now, this is where it gets a little bit hazy for me, but I heard something earlier this month on YouTube in some of the Intel communities of different people that I listen to talk about certain, topics and events. And some people were saying that not all is well in the Ethereum merger, and that when the Ethereum does its event, it's not going to be well received during that time. And I think that's going to be the time that they're going to try to do something shady. The other reason I say that they might be trying to do something shady is because I think that's kind of the same type of thing that Luna experienced. Because some of the evidence is shown that Do Kwon withdrew. I think it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. I think it was like close to $1 billion or more, something like that. At first, the number was like 80 million, and then it turned out the number was actually much more higher. That he was basically cashing out before it went down. And he was one of the big sellers before it went down, meaning he knew stuff was going to go on with the split and they were going to do things to that the stablecoin was in trouble, that the USDT, no, not the UST coin that's linked to Luna was big trouble. So they knew that Luna was going to be printed into infinity. And, that we would be having these low prices. So they knew stuff was going on. And I think that they planned to do a fork split at that time. And that's why now we have two Lunas. So if they're planning in advance two ethers and various ethers, and there's already one ether that already exists, that already exists, and that people are saying, well, why are we going to have now another set of ethers? I've heard discussions about it. I believe that something's wrong in the camp of ether, that they're not expecting everything to be smooth as far as the outcome. I think that there's more bad purposes at work, and I think it's to set up people for failure. And I almost wonder what's really going to happen with Ethereum. And I don't think it's going to be healthy first. I think it's actually going to be a negative when all of these things happen.
Well, I've never heard anybody really talk about what their plan B is if they're not successful. I mean, I don't really follow it that closely, but I've never heard anybody like Vitalik or somebody like that talk about what happens if there's a problem with the merge, what their plan B is to mitigate damage.
Mm-hmm. Don't be surprised if there isn't a plan. I mean, it's sometimes it's easier for people to, as they say in the world, to do something first and apologize for it later. And as sad as that sounds, it happens in the crypto world. It happens in finance a lot in finance, in the markets. Look at Chase. Chase all the time getting caught, getting fined, doing shady things, manipulating various markets. They do it first, get penalized, and it's basically a slap on the wrist because they make billions. They were just recently caught, I think this month, of manipulating the gold market. And we see people like some of these other exchanges. What's that one that you have? It's a phone app where they were manipulating GameStop, preventing people from exiting their trades on GameStop. When they wanted to sell, they were preventing people. I want to say it's like not Uphold, but Robinhood. It's one of those apps. Robinhood is one of those apps where the truth is they say, "Oh, we're buying stock. You're buying stock, but you don't really own the stock. You're really owning a share of Robinhood, trusting that Robinhood is actually buying and selling for you." But really, I highly suspect that what they're really doing is they're just giving you a share on their ledger and you don't really own it. And the same thing happens in the crypto world. There's a saying, not your keys, not your coins. Some of these crypto apps that say that they're buying Bitcoin for you, if you cannot transfer that exact Bitcoin out into a different app, you don't really own the Bitcoin. And if you don't have the actual, number saying that you can send something out, then you don't really own it. And it's the same with those stocks. You can only buy and sell directly through Robinhood. So what happened is when Robinhood made a lot of money, the people weren't able to go out. They were punished before that. They had to go before Congress. I listened to a lot of the cases. I listened to about 4 hours worth of the case. And they get in trouble. They get slapped on the wrist and walk away. But if you look at throughout history, they discussed in depth how they've done this several times. But Chase Bank has done this several times, and other banks have done this, and they get in trouble all the time for this kind of stuff, but it's never widely reported in the media. It's never really talked about. It's more easier to deal with the problem afterwards, after you created the problem, than try to, say, oops, we should fix it beforehand. So I think that this is definitely something that we need to be careful of. Some of the bigger companies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, which is the second biggest, and the third biggest is XRP, although it's not reflected in the price. It is. Okay, guys, let's begin. Lord Jesus, we thank you for this day, and I pray that you would just bless our group, and I pray that you would, have your way in our hearts in this place, and I pray that you would just give us anointing to understand things that that may be complicated or beyond us. I pray that you open up everyone's heart and minds, and I pray that you lead us and guide us through these times and through these seasons, and that you help everybody to make the best decisions and careful decisions about what they will do and the moves they will make. We love you and we praise you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. All right, guys. So I got something big to tell you guys about Luna. So that's why we're going to start again with Luna for our third day. Just going right into Luna. I'm going to show you guys a screenshot that was sent to me last night. And this is a dream that Jay-Song had, that I had a while back in July 10th. And this is very, very interesting, and I just want you guys to hear it because I think it relates to some things that's going on. Okay, so in July I had a dream, and I put this out. Hey team, hi team, I had a dream last night. In my dream, I saw price go up on Luna Classic, and it hit the top lines on my map. It was high, but I didn't see the exact number. When I looked in real life and I woke, it seemed to match the 0.00023 lines or the 0.00020 dynamic lines. I believe it was close to those prices. I saw that after price hit those ranges, price came down a little, slow at first, and then accelerated back to lower levels. And it looks similar to the current prices in real life again, currently around 0.00011. After this, I heard it will move again on Wednesday. I remember in the dream, I had a sense that I also was feeling in my own heart that there would be so many people who regretted not having more Luna Classic. And when it would move again, when it would move again, including myself, as if I was feeling the feelings of the pain of people who felt in the future. It felt real, and I could see the candles very clearly, but I did not take note of the exact price before it went down. Just that it hit one of those lines. There's also a higher line in my map of 0.00030 as well. So that is the other possible line it could have been. But I don't think that it's that one due to my projection analysis. At that time, we were doing conservative projection. Even though I currently believe I have a lot of, I think I was going to say something like evidence. And that's all I got from the screenshot. Now, when they sent me this last night, I was reminded of this, and I was really, really, really in shock. I thought that was really, really awesome. Here is Luna right now, and we're going to talk about our close yesterday. The close yesterday was right slightly above this line, which was our top. Okay, this is going to be our phantom line, even though it says key ankle. You know that I had to change it because of the problems that it was giving me. Phantom, the actual calculation by the app TradingView, throwing off my lines. And this is the other phantom angle. And this one's based on the wick. Okay. So as you guys know, if you guys didn't or haven't been following me, this angle is the same angle as our key angle. So this is based on connecting these cores together, the lowest cores, the meat of these candles, the meat of them, the core here and here, verification with hitting these cores here way in the future. Okay, this is where price bounced off. Draw those lines together, you're going to be able to get this line and get that. Once you have that bottom, we duplicate it at two places. Here at the core and here at the wick. Now you have a hidden angle that should be your tops. Okay, there's and we're going to talk about this just in just a moment. The other top that you can draw based on these is going to be this core and this one here at the beginning, back on May 23rd of 2022. So you can take that key angle here, or that phantom angle, and you can put it out here, and you can also put one out here. And if you want to make one, if you want to differentiate one, go ahead and put it like a dot. Put it the dot for the wick, just so you know which one is which. Now, everything in this video is not financial investment or trading advice of any kind. Everything is just for entertainment, educational, and comedic purposes only. Bear in mind that I eat red crayons for breakfast. And they're delicious. Please read between the lines per my YouTube disclosure. Never trade more than you can afford to lose. Never invest more. Be careful, especially of leverage during these times of extreme volatility. This is... and yeah, that's what I want to say. Okay, guys, so I am not a financial advisor anymore, so please be careful. Now, if you take that angle and you put them at these areas, you're going to get these areas here in resistance. But what we're really looking for in these times is we're looking for closes and evidence that price is giving us a continuation. And what that looks like is when we close above these lines and we build structure. There's a dangerous time, and the dangerous time is when we're in between here, because we're still in resistance, underneath the resistance. We haven't cleared both of these areas, but we did clear the first one, which was based on the core. So this is pretty good, okay, pretty close. Now, when it does that, the next candle will generally find more support. And you can see that this candle came all the way back and pulled down, but at the end of the day, we ended up much higher. So it's just more reinforcing that there is support in a bullish way past 0.00022. Generally, we want some kind of rounding structure at these lines or at the last supports, but price can take off once you get a close that is significant above your resistance lines. In this case, though, we didn't really close that much significantly above it, and we closed somewhat of it, but not majorly. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Still bullish. Still bullish. We had spiked all the way up, came back down. Now, this candle has 11 hours and 29 minutes to go before this candle's done. So again, just reminding everybody, please be careful of getting FOMO'd into some of these prices up here at this moment. I just don't have any evidence that I can say that for sure we're going to get past these resistances. Okay, we just don't have it just yet. That we're going to really get above them. We may come and just close on these, and that's great, because then that means we're just still in this zone, and then we can build structure here at these top ones, and then this would be raised up. This green would be raised up on Luna. Okay, that's what we would like if we can close in these areas. At the same time, price can come all the way back down and close still on these 20 lines. Why? Why? Because we haven't closed on this candle. This is just hitting targets, and that's great. And if you have some of your targets at some of the higher numbers, we've had these on our maps for a while. I did encourage people that you guys should take some kind of profit somewhere here, because this is our natural resistance level. This is our natural top based on our projection. Okay, so going back to our photo, you guys need to see some of these things. We did the maximum projection we can get, and we're really seeing these prices up here. Now, if we spike up to here like we just did, we did spike, that's great. But unless we're closing in these areas, I'm not really considering us to have been built structure to continue to hit prophetic numbers just yet, based on the trade alone. I'm still very, very cautious. I want to see today's close, but it's already looking good. So yesterday's close was good. We were getting above our targets, but our target is somewhere right here at 2.3, and you can see that we where is it at? And we just closed right in that area for the day. So we're not out of the woods yet, and yet our top target has already been hit. So I don't really have much more money on the table except for these prices up here. Let me delete that one and put it and show you where the next money's at. Somewhere around here, around 3.5. So that's where the next target is based on the wick. And then finally, the last thing I'll say with you guys about these subjects, if we can get this move here and build structure on top of 3.5, then we're looking really good with Luna, because then I'm gonna be like, if you guys see me rounded on top of 3.5, guess what? I'm gonna be loading up on some more Luna, and I'm gonna be looking at hitting some of these prophetic targets early, such as Christopher Harris's number. Now, we've had Christopher Harris's number on our chart for a while, and we were reminded of it again this morning. It seems like they mentioned it in the VIP chat. Can somebody send me the link in the chat for that? And I would love to put it on the screen, because I know he talked about it this morning.
Hey, you're live on YouTube.
Oh, am I live on YouTube? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Welcome. Well, I didn't mean to go live on YouTube. I guess we're live on YouTube. Normally, just I'll just leave it. Join. Yeah, guys, we are live on YouTube. What we're gonna do is, if we are live on YouTube, I didn't mean to go live on YouTube. Normally we have our dive class. You guys can join us on our website at patreon.com/jsong_7. The website is www.patreon.com/jsong_7. We have a great group of people who meet live every single day, and if you guys want to join dive, it's just $18 for the full month. At the beginning of the month is the best time to join, because then you can join all the dive classes. I do have a few free dives a month for anybody who for everybody who wants to join. They are open classes. I think I have about 3 of those a month of the free dives, and I'll send them out, and usually they're on a Saturday. And then you guys can join if you want to, for really any dollar if you can't afford it. I have that specifically in case you guys need to reach out to me or have a conversation with me, you can join me in that class, and then you can ask questions, and then you can reach out for me there, even for just as little as $1. And I don't always put out public videos for YouTube. But if you guys are watching on YouTube, for everyone on YouTube, this is going to be the next main thing we're looking for. If I can close above here, anywhere in these zones, from here to here in this green area up here, if I can close anywhere in that, I'm going to be looking for the next breakout here and structure here and here. When I get that, I think we're going to get Christopher Harris's number. Until I get that, I am very cautious, very high alert. I'm not just going to be buying, chasing these candles. Unless I have structure, I'm not going to be just chasing. I'll let somebody else take the risk. That's too risky for me to buy at the top when all of my profit targets have been hit. But again, I had a dream that we do hit some kind of high number, and then we do go down slowly at first and then go later on. And it was on my map. Now, I have these numbers on my map, but I also have Christopher Harris's number on my map. Is Christopher Harris's number going to be the number that's going to be hit right now? I don't have evidence for saying that we're going to be able to hit that high just yet. Again, just as a reminder. So everybody pray about what you will do. I said that, hey, it's good to take some profits. Here we have all these numbers, and I have a lot of my orders set. We just took some of my profits. I think I took about 15% of my profits. It was really, really good. Make sure you guys go out and celebrate every time you do have a good win. I'm looking now specifically for structure being built on one of these lines, and that's where we're going to look for price to start doing what it's going to do next. Okay, guys? Can I look at bond? Yeah, Peter, no problem. Yeah, Peter, you don't always have to send a direct message. You can send it right to the group if you guys want, if you want to. It's fun when you guys are commenting. All right, guys. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, remember everything's not financial investment or trading advice of any kind. And I will be right back for you dive folks in 1 second.